right, I done a previous video and it was Jeremiah 29:11. How we really underestimate the impact the spirit world has on us. And that is that in that scripture, when we really journal that scripture out, that is that we search for God and God brings us into purpose. Our relationship with God is what prepares us for purpose. When we think of Abram becoming Abraham and how it is a journey that he only had to be willing to step onto, and God began to offer him the experiences. Now I have another familiar scripture to translate out. He who finds a wife finds a good thing. Now for me, I translate two words out, and that wife is the same name that in Genesis God calls Eve. And then that find means obtain, secure, acquire. He who secures a wife acquires a good thing. So if we go back to Genesis and we really look at the order of things for Adam. So God creates Adam. God gives Adam work. God establishes his relationship with Adam. And when Adam is doing both of those things, God brings and presents Eve to Adam. So Adam doesn't do anything but secure Eve. But Eve is coming from God and obtains favor from the Lord. Now that obtain means to provide or to bring out. Favor is goodwill, acceptance. Now that verse translated out means and brings out divine acceptance from God. So in Genesis with Abram and Sarai's journey, we really get an example of what that looks like. So Abram and Sarai have to step on this journey and take this journey with God where they are growing and maturing in God. They are becoming Abraham and Sarah. But Abraham's purpose, who God is calling him to be, that is birthed through Sarah. What if the man's purpose is directly linked to his ability to allow God to bring him his wife, to birth his Eve for him? And what if all we need to do and be doing is getting our relationship with God down, and then God begins to add into our life that he brings our person. He brings Adam, Eve, when Adam is ready for it. And Sarah births purpose for Abraham when Abraham is ready for it.